Right then, guys, so we've had the announcement from Trent Alexander-Arnold himself that he is leaving the club at the end of the season, surprising nobody. I think we've been talking about this for a while now. It feels like ages and ages and ages. It's been very boring talking about the contract situation. But we've got it now. It's all resolved. We know what's happening with Salah and Virgil. Obviously, they've signed, and we now know what's happened with Trent. So in this video, I'm going to go through his statement, and then there's also an article that I've got from Paul Joyce as well, where he speaks about a few other things that have gone on with it as well. Obviously, with the club's blessing, so bear that in mind when we're discussing that. So yeah, if you do end up liking this video, guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of Trent leaving Liverpool. He doesn't say that he's going to Real Madrid, but we all know he's going to Real Madrid. So anyway, so his statement as follows is: I think first and foremost, I want to say it's not been an easy decision, and there's a lot of thought and feeling that has gone into it. I've been here 20 years now, loved every single minute of it, and achieved all of my dreams, achieved everything I've ever wanted to here. Given everything day in, day out for 20 years, I've got to the point now where I feel like I need a new change, a new challenge for me as a player and as a person. And I think now is the right time for me to do that. Sorry. But yeah, your contract's expiring, so obviously it's the right time for you. Addressing Liverpool fans, he says, there's a lot I would like to say. The main thing is a massive thank you. You guys have been there from the start with me. You guys have supported me and been there. I felt the support, the love, everything that you guys have done has never been unnoticed by me. I've loved every single minute of it, and I hope they have felt that it has been reciprocated and I have given everything I could to the club. I'm just hoping that we're able to carry on winning games. The noise around my decision doesn't take away from the fact of what we've achieved this season. It has been an amazing season, and it has been an amazing to be a part of it. I just hope that everyone is able to not dwell on this news for too long and be able to celebrate what the rest of the lads have done. He does say of some other stuff about hate and stuff, but nothing major regarding that. In bringing his kids back to Anfield to, show them where he played and everything like that in the future, and that he'll always be a Liverpool fan. Now, onto the Paul Joyce article. He basically titles this one, Trent Alexander-Arnold craves new challenge, one thing Liverpool can't give. Some will be angry at the fullback who confirmed he'll be leaving in the summer, but no one can argue what he has done for the club in a golden period. So I've highlighted a few things where I want to read. So he says, ultimately, Trent craves another stimulus, walking into a different dressing room and as the new boy, having to prove himself again to a set of teammates and coaches. New country, new culture, and importantly, a new motivation. Forget about the friendship with Jude Bellingham being a deciding factor. The safer option would have been to sign a new deal at Liverpool, although an unmotivated player on a long-term deal would have been a problem. And there was a time when Trent did not envisage anything else like staying at Liverpool. Goes on to say as well, if the argument can be made that Liverpool were slower to talk terms, then equally there has been a sense in recent months that whatever was presented to the player would not have been enough to entice him to stay. Talks effectively stopped around March during that month's international break. Trent spoke to Slot face to face, explaining the decision was not to go was not because he didn't believe in him or the future under him, but simply personal preference. Slot has been supportive, and there is understanding too from teammates in the dressing room. At the same time, Trent's brother Tyler, who represents him, spoke to Hughes in Dubai, where they were both on holiday. Some Liverpool supporters will be angry and disappointed today, and it will be odd if they were not given that they were losing someone who has left an undeniable imprint on the club's history. They might perceive him as damaging his legacy by moving to a rival given the clashes with Real Madrid in the Champions League over recent years. He has clarified his plans now. Rather than waiting until after the title parade on May the 26th, for example, he does not want to be viewed as a coward who sneaked out the back door. Fair play. Over the next 3 games, he will have to face the fans and deal with the consequences. Barring the 2-2 draw with Man United in January, which came on the back of Real Madrid formally contacting Liverpool at the end of December, and before they could officially speak to the player, he should not be accused of losing focus. Trent had been in Venice on a short break, apparently unaware that the news was about to break on New Year's Eve, and returned to find the uproar overwhelming. He suffered against United, the game became a blur, and he was haggard by some of the fans. Hughes actually checked on his well-being in the aftermath of this. Yet Trent couldn't argue with his yet Trent would argue his commitment has been shown by the injections he managed injuries, and he has pushed himself to return from hamstring, quad, and ankle issues. And then lastly, he just says, will it simply be Conor Bradley who comes in to take over him with Joe Gomez as cover? Or could they go into the market to strengthen? The most important aspect of this whole affair is, and always has been, what happens now. In the corridors of power, they believe no one is irreplaceable, and that would have applied to Virgil and Moore had a resolution not been found in their contracts. In the case of Trent, they're about to find out. Now, Trent for me goes with my blessing. You know, I've kind of come to terms with it a fair bit over the past few months. I know people have been saying, like, oh, I've heard he's been signing, he's done this, he's done that. It never was going to happen, guys. It never, ever was going to happen, I don't think. Let's see what happens then, you know. We'll keep an eye on him over in Real Madrid, you know. I might do, like, videos here and there, depending on what he's like over there and everything like that. See how it goes. But, yeah, it goes with my blessing. End of the day, you know. Can't do it about it, guys. Can we? So there's no point in getting too crazy and mad about it at the end of the day. So, yeah. Anyway, no doubt we'll be just talking about this later on the stream later on tonight, guys. So make sure you're aware for that. And we'll see you then, guys.